last video. I suppose that's because I've had quite a busy last few weeks. I had a holiday from work, and I went to Europe on a cruise ship, and went to Holland for a few days. And when I came back, I kind of had to do some decorating and painting, which was long overdue in my hallway, staircase and landing. So I feel quite pleased with myself that I've managed to get all that done. And I love the smell of fresh paint. It smells very clean and it looks very bright. So yeah, I feel quite pleased with myself. I went back to work last week and it feels like I haven't been away now. But I thought today I would at least get another video on as quick as I can. I want to say a huge, huge, huge thank you for the shout-outs that I've received of other whisperers. It means so much to me to be recognised, because I really, really do enjoy doing my whispers, and to think that they are being well received and making a lot of enjoyment for other people makes me feel very happy indeed. So thank you very much, especially to OmniWhisper for that brilliant shout out, which helped me get a few more subscriptions and discoveries of other people. When I came back from holiday, I looked in my inbox in YouTube and I had quite a few requests. One of the requests asks me about my favourite food and my favourite restaurants, etc. I thought what I'd do today is just to have a little ramble about me making for me, my perfect 3-course meal. There's a TV show here in England called Dine with Me, which I like very much. It's basically a simple premise in which 4 amateur chefs invite each other over to their houses, and their job is to entertain, wine and dine their guests with a 3-course meal of their own choice, to show off their culinary skills, if you like. And then what happens is, on the last day, they all take turns in consecutive days, and then on the last day, they count up votes because they mark each other in secret with a camera, and they give themselves a score out of 10. They give each other a score out of 10, should I say. And then the winner gets £1,000. It's great fun, it's very popular, and I know it's gone down under. I'm not sure if the USA has it. Maybe you could give a few comments whether you do have it over there, but it really is a very simple and entertaining TV show. So anyway, if I was to have my Come Dine With Me night, I think what I do is, I don't seem to have a set. You see, I like Italian food, I like Indian food, I like Chinese food, so I wouldn't exactly stick to one genre, if you like. I like to mix and match, and this is purely the kind of food that I enjoy. But for starters, I would make my favourite appetizer is bruschetta with tomato and basil. It's a very, very simple appetizer, and it only takes roughly around, say, 10 to 15 minutes to make it. And it tastes beautiful, in my opinion. So basically you need 6 or 7 ripe plum tomatoes, 2 cloves of garlic, which are minced, 1 tablespoon of extra virgin olive oil, which adds a fantastic flavouring, and 1 teaspoon of balsamic vinegar, which I'm never without. I absolutely love that stuff. I put it on everything. I would get 6 to 8 fresh basil leaves, or basil, I think you call it in the United States. We call it basil here in the UK. Some salt and black pepper. Now for the bread, for the bruschetta, I always use a nice fresh French bread baguette or ciabatta, any Italian bread. And finally you need about, say, 1/4 of a cup of olive oil. So those are the ingredients for bruschetta. Now, the method to create bruschetta. I would prepare the tomatoes first by parboiling them for 1 minute in boiling water. I would drain that, and then using a sharp, small knife, I would remove the skins of the tomatoes. Now watch your hands, because tomatoes can get very, very hot once you've boiled them with their skins on. Now once the tomatoes are peeled, cut them in halves and quarters, remove the seeds and juice from the centres. Also, get rid of the stem area. Now a lot of people wonder why plum tomatoes instead of regular tomatoes. The skins are much thicker and there are fewer seeds and less juice, and that is a fact. Now what you need to do there is your oven needs to be on, I normally put it to say about 450 Fahrenheit, let it preheat, and while the oven is heating, chop up the tomatoes very finely, then add the garlic, the extra virgin olive oil, and the balsamic vinegar into a bowl and mix it all together. And then I would add the basil, the salt and vinegar to taste, and give it a little sample there. It's gorgeous, lovely, lovely, lovely. Then if you get your French bread or your baguette or your Italian bread, whichever you are using, and cut into quite thick slices, about 1/2 inch. Then coat one side of each slice with olive oil, using a brush, a little pastry brush I would generally use. Place on an oven tray the olive oil side down, and then we will toast them on the top rack of the oven, or a grill if you have a grill. Now you may need to do these in batches, depending on the size of your oven. Once the oven has reached, say, 450 Fahrenheit, place the tray of bread slices in the oven on the top. And then they generally toast for about 5 to 6 minutes until the bread begins to go golden brown around the edges. You would then put your bread on a nice little serving platter olive oil side up and place the tomato topping on top of that. Now you need to serve it straight away, or your bread may get soggy with the kind of the moist ingredients on top. Now that is a beautiful appetizer. It is bread, but it also doesn't fill too much. But that's what I would do as an appetizer for my come dine with me. My main course would be, I'm a huge fan, I'm a meat eater by the way. I have thought about going vegetarian, but so far I haven't done that, but it's something I would certainly consider in the future, but that's another subject altogether. But for the time being I love meat. I would do honey and mustard pork steaks. Now it's very easy food because I don't generally do complex. I'm one of the people who just likes very simple, very tasty food. Now what I get for the honey and mustard pork steaks is, I'm assuming I've got 2 guests, but I get 4 really thick sliced pork steaks. And I'd create some marinade, some honey and mustard marinade, which is absolutely gorgeous. To make the marinade, I would get 6 tablespoons of honey, 4 tablespoons of Dijon mustard, which you can buy in the shops, 2 tablespoons of cider vinegar, again quite accessible in the shops, and then some ground black pepper to taste, and I would stir together the honey, mustard, vinegar, or soy sauce as well. I didn't add that, did I? I put some soy sauce in there, around 2-3 tablespoons of soy sauce, salt and vinegar, and mix together till it goes to a nice paste. Then I place my pork steaks on a roasting tin and glaze them evenly with a brush. I would then cover them over with tin foil and place in the refrigerator for about, say, no less than 2 hours. So really I should have started with that bit, because if I made the bruschetta, then we've got to wait 3 hours for the main. But yeah, I would have done this the night before, marinated my pork steaks. So, they would have been ready a while ago if I'd done the marinating last night. So yes, I would put them in the oven and just let them gently cook. I would then serve on a bed of fresh rocket. Add a little balsamic vinegar to the rocket and some shavings of parmesan.